Welcome back, everybody, to Gingerbread Man Says. We have a special one today, and we're going to be reacting to a video of women and why they're struggling. Today's topic is why are women struggling in dating and relationships? Let's get right into it.
That I wouldn't talk about my dating life on here, but I feel like I cannot be the only one who feels alone in this. Just went on a first date, and this is no offense to this man, obviously. Perfectly fine, normal, lovely date. It's getting to the point though that that's the problem. Like there's just nothing happening. And I just feel no sparks and no chemistry with people, and I feel bad because I feel like it's just me. I'm going out with really handsome, accomplished, interesting people, and I feel nothing. I feel like I'm just another girl. Like I'm one of a million and there's just nothing special about me. Probably not presenting that great either. Not like that sparkly or interesting or like dynamic at all because I'm just so depleted. I know my person's out there, but starting to really question if I even have it in me to find them anymore. I listened to Maisie Neely's book today, and through all of the hardships she had, she just kept going and kept dating and kept seeing people, and I admire people so much that have that in them because I just don't have it in me. I thought I was safe and I thought I was done, and like having to do this again just feels like work every time I go on a date. It feels like so.
What is the issue? Her issue is her inability to pair bond. That's her issue. That's what her problem is. Her problem is that she's not able to pair bond with a man because she's been on so many dates. She has the ability to have this pick, have taste this, taste that. And she doesn't have the ability to pair bond at an emotional level. So now she's sitting there in front of high value men, men who are accomplished, men who have done something with themselves. And between the ages of 18 and 22, she was doing something else. The highest peak of a woman's value is between the ages of 18 and 22. That's when she had the biggest advantage. That's when she had the pickings of just about any high value man she could have come across. But what was she doing at that age? Now she's in her 30s, past her 30s, on the internet, crying, asking what is going on, what is happening. At least she recognizes that she could be the problem.
Everyone talks about how stressful it is being with a mature man. No matter what I do, it's just met with grace and understanding. He just leaves me there with my Latina attitudes. It's like I'm a fire and he's just walking around with a hose, just putting me out. I really didn't like when you did that, babe. Hey, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I was having a rough day. Won't happen again. Oh, it won't happen again? Sounds good. I'm gonna go sit in my own thoughts now, which is my worst nightmare. I think the weird part is not knowing what to do with all the pent up aggression I have inside. Ladies, if you're new in this, if you're in a new relationship that's healthy, beware. Let your rage and aggression out elsewhere. I've really been hitting the gym, so that's been helping me. Just a PSA. PSA.
Notice the aggression she has, right? Notice that she's used to the dysfunction. She's used to the mistreatment. She's used to the dismissiveness. This is what she craves. She wants that roller coaster of chaos. She said she has built up aggression. Where did that aggression come from, ma'am? Where did it come from? Did it come from other relationships? From all the other traumas that have been caused in the past by other undeserving males that took advantage and took their turn for far less than the man that she wants now? Is that where the aggression is coming from? Because it's coming from somewhere. But she thinks that she's saying something. But she did say she's in a new relationship. So the bigger question is what type of dude is dealing with that? Who's putting up with that? Who's desperate enough to put up with this type of behavior? It's almost like you're dealing with a child and you're not dealing with a grown 30 something year old. And by the way, this is a single mother right here. She got a divorce a couple of years ago, if you don't know who she is, right? She has a big following. But anyway, who is putting up with this? What uh, man who doesn't have self-respect puts up with, immature behavior where she thinks that he's being, out of place. Like she doesn't like it. She's getting turned off by the idea that she's dealing with somebody who's mature and competent, right? This is who modern women are. This is what they do. This is how they behave. This is how they treat other people, and they want to be treated in a particular way. And he is not what she really needs. He's not what she wants. She wants that she's addicted to, that dysfunction, the chaos, and the mistreatment. And this comes from a lifetime of, picking the wrong person, the wrong people, the wrong males, the wrong attention.
I'm going on 4 years on not having sexual intercourse with anyone, and I have to say, I don't feel like I'm losing on anything. I have completely lost interest in men. It's hard to like even explain where I'm at, and it's a lot of years of growing up in an environment where the older women in my life were in extremely toxic relationships, and it was kind of the norm. And then I kind of just assumed that that was the norm, and every person I got with was insanely toxic, like really, really bad. Every time I tell people, like, the people I've been with when I first started being sexually active, it was like, they're like, how did that even happen, and obviously I grew out of that once I would say, this is embarrassing to say, but like, I didn't grow out of dealing with bad men purposely, because I still ended up dealing with bad men, but they played the game. Like, they lied. In the beginning, they weren't even lying. They were just flat out just horrible people. And I was just like, oh, that's normal, like, but it took me, I would say, for my late 20s to finally realize, like, oh, I'm like, I'm the problem, because I keep on dealing with these type of men. And I got to a point where I was just like, I'm completely disgusted with men, and I want nothing to do with them. And I went, this is nothing new to me. I have went years without being active, sexually active, and because I finally got to that point where I was just like, men don't do what they used to do for me. They just don't do it. Like, it takes a lot for me to like someone now. And I recently ended up liking someone this past couple of months, and we still didn't do anything. So yeah, going on 4 years, and I still don't feel like I missed out on anything, because I haven't found someone that, well, the last person I did feel like I was definitely willing to, if we ever got to that point. But aside from him, there really hasn't been anyone. And honestly, like, now I'm kind of turned off with that person. So I'm back to square one, and I'm okay with that. Like, before, I used to be so heartbroken, and it would take me so long to get over something. And now I'm just really excited that I'm so comfortable in being alone that thinking of even getting into a relationship it's disturbing my peace. It really is. Even when I started liking this last guy, I was like contemplating, like, damn, do I really even want to pursue something like this? Because that means I'm gonna have to, like, he's gonna have to, like, eventually sleep over, and like sleep in my bed, and I'm gonna have to, like, wake up next to him. I might have to eventually start telling him where I'm going and where I'm gonna be, and just like, like, I don't know. The only thing I can think of that would comfort me knowing that I had someone else is, like, that they're gonna be assisting with rent and throwing out the trash, and, like, like, helping me in other fields that don't really necessarily bring value to, like, they bring, obviously helping out brings value to a relationship, but like, I think, like, my mentality right now, after being alone for so long, I'm in it for the wrong reasons, right? Like, if I see myself, and it's probably because I haven't fallen deeply, badly in love where I can trust someone with all my heart. And then I think maybe I'll be there where I can feel like that again. But as of right now, the thought of having someone come into my life and disrupt, like, what I've built for myself and how much work I did on myself mentally, I'm looking to hit 5 years, I hit 4 years in a couple.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You let a woman talk long enough, she's gonna tell on herself. But let's look at some of the points that she talked about here. One of the first things that she said was that the women in her family were in toxic relationships. That's one thing. The second thing is that she says that she's used to also being lonely at this point, right? She's used to it, right? The next thing that she talks about is that to her, the help that she's talking about, she minimizes that. Make sense? So she's minimizing the fact that a man is there, he's going to help take out the trash and do all the other things. But when she hits 45, 50, 55 years old, she's going to appreciate that there's a man there that can take out the trash or mow the lawn. That's one of the things that's going on here. But the question is, what was this woman doing between the ages of 18 to 22 when she was at her prime? A woman's prime is between 18 and 22. Doesn't matter how society or how people want to cut it. That's just the mere fact of women's power and their worth from a sexual market stance. That's how it is, 18 to 22. What was she doing? Her problem here is that she doesn't have the ability to pair bond. She doesn't know how to connect to a man at an emotional level the way she did when she was 18, 19, 20. But at that age, she didn't know her value. She didn't know her worth. People failed her because either she became independent very young and she decided to go off and do whatever she wanted, never having anybody to tell her anything or what to do, mom, dad, uncles, maybe men in her life that could have told her, hey, avoid these situations and prepare yourself for marriage. That's not what happened in this case.